the Final Fantasy VII Remake, aka the hypiest hype game that ever existed in Hypeville. I am so damn excited for this title, and I really think that E3 is going to deliver us a stunning trailer that will officially kick off the hype train. But here at FF Peasants, we can't wait that long. So I'm going to be throwing out some early boarding passes, climb aboard, as we go through 5 of the scenes I am personally most excited to see. So excited that I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Let's go. Starting at number 5, it's a scene that's not spoken about very often, but it's one of the most powerful to me in the entire franchise, and that is Dean and Barrett's scene. One of the most stark and gritty gazes into the broken mind of a man who knows he has lost everything. When a man's soul is so badly broken that even he knows he's broken. When he is driven to even the thought of killing his own daughter so he could be reunited with his dead wife. Holy hell guys, at 10/11 years old, I had never seen anything that profound in my entire life. And honestly, I've only seen a small handful of things in video games that striking, that powerful since. And I want to see Barrett's backstory and Dean's suicide most in the remake, not because I want it changed. In fact, this is one of the few scenes I want to stay exactly the same way it was. But the moment I see this scene in the game, that's when I will let out a monumental sigh of relief, because that's when I'll know that Square Enix, they've stuck to the essence of the original story. This was one of the scenes I always feared would be in the firing line to be cut if they had to trim down the game. And honestly, that would have killed the remake for me, because the backstories of the characters of FF7, like Red in Cosmo Canyon, Yuffie in Wutai, and this scene right here, is what makes the original FF7 so special. Oh damn. I came here to hype, not to feel. Can we move on already? Nope, it would appear we can't, because at number 4 I'm going Aerith's death. Oh god, what am I doing to myself? Seeing Aerith's death in the FF7 remake is going to be a really pivotal moment. This is going to be the moment, this is going to be the scene and the way they handle Aerith's death that is going to be the make or break of FF7 Remake. And honestly, when Nomura has said things like he wants to shock us, surprise us, not stick to the original script, honestly, I really envision Aerith's death being one of those things, something that they use as a shock value, and they do something truly special and different too. Now, not to say I don't think she'll die and Sephiroth will be the one who delivers the killing blow, but I think it could happen at a different time. Depending on where each episode stops and starts, I think they could keep her on longer or shorter, depending. I think the build up to it could be completely different, and then the final delivery. Because there's no need for Cloud to tell us that his eyes are burning, that his hands are shaking, because this is one of the beautiful things that technology in this remake can bring us. There's no need for Cloud to describe that, because now we can see it, and the dialogue can be different between him and Sephiroth, and I just know that they're going to tear open this barely healed wound in an entirely fresh and horrific way that will scar me for the rest of my damn life, and I can't wait for it. Oh, please be gentle with me, Nomura. At number 3, and this is going to be more a test of Square Enix's balls, Don Corneo scene. We are all wondering, are they going to have the balls to stick to it? Are they going to do it? Is there going to be the thrusting, the implied rape, the sexy honeybee ladies, giggity giggity, and gorgeous cross-dressing Cloud? Cloud is best waifu. In this era of political correctness, every Final Fantasy fan and his cat are hedging bets and wondering to themselves, will Square Enix have the nuts to go through with it? Everything in Don Corneo's mansion is just a controversial minefield that the PC police are just waiting to pounce on. But if they do it, if we see it, if it lands in episode 1, which it will do because Don Corneo's mansion is in Midgar, this will be a monumental victory over political correctness, and going forward for the other 2 episodes, we will know that we are in for a real treat, because one of the greatest aspects of FF7 is its dark humour. From very fringe racial jokes, very colourful language, implied domestic abuse, and telling a woman to sit down, shut up and drink her goddamn tea. So basically Sid Highwind. I bet there's been hours of conversations amongst the Square Enix staff on how to handle his character, but also that Don Corneo scene, because I don't want them to hold back. I want them to do it in all its full, naked, wife-fronty, gang-rapey glory. It's probably unrealistic to think that they won't tone it down a bit, but we'll see how close they get. At number 2, Cloud's subconscious. Now this is a really interesting scene, mostly because of how trippy it is, how trippy and out there and crazy this sequence is. When we go into Cloud's subconscious, a lot of crazy stuff happens, and when I think about what the tech can bring to this scene, what they can do with it that the original couldn't, when I look at the ways that games since 1997 have delved into memories and subconsciousness and dream states and alternate realities and flashbacks in really crazy elaborate ways. This is the kind of scene that Nomura could have an absolute field day with, and indeed all the other flashbacks and crazy trippy scenes that happen in the VII Remake, but none of them are better than Cloud's Subconscious. I think the team will use a scene like this to really shake things up and get creative and deliver a gameplay / visual experience. Oh, it sends shivers up my spine just thinking about it. And finally, at number 1, the ending of the game. Now I know that seems like a bit of a cop-out, and what I'm going to say for the reason for this might upset a few people, but with FF7, my favourite Final Fantasy title, I loved everything about it, but I can honestly say that the ending, it's really not one of the best in the franchise. There have been so many Final Fantasies that have had far more striking and resonating endings than what FF7 had. Now, not to say the ending was bad, but it just came across as a very swift and quick resolution. Let's tidy the game up and round it out. It's as if all the epicness had already been delivered, and indeed it kind of had. The Sephiroth fight, everything in the Northern Crater, and the ending was just kind of a swift wrap up of the story. Now, even if they don't change this scene up, which I kind of think they will do, I really think they're going to try to round what is likely, let's be real, to be a trilogy in a really special way. Square Enix since 1997 have become the masters. Since FF7, I have seen some of the most phenomenal endings to Final Fantasy games ever, that I really think it would just be a disservice not to put what they've learned since 1997 to full effect. That's always what I say when I hear people say they just want a like for like of the original for this remake. I say it's a wasted opportunity. Guys like Nomura and Katase and the original FF7 team, they have an extra 20 years of experience. I want to see, is the Nomura of now better than the Nomura of 1997? I want to see, can the remake produce a better, more fantastic, more resonating ending than the original did? Now, I know there are going to be some crazy nostalgia driven fans who say, Pez!
It's not possible, everything about FF7 original was absolutely perfect and then nothing could be changed.
I think that's ridiculous. I really think that they could take it above and beyond. And that's exactly what Nomura has said he wants to try to do. An idea I had, what about if, as the live stream comes in and Holy comes in to defeat Meteor, what if at the ending, after it's settled, Aerith appears as a live stream manifestation? Can you imagine the tears that would flow? I do not want an Aerith Survives DLC. I think that would be an abomination if they do that, and I really hope they dodge that. I mean, they're not going to do it. It would totally undermine Aerith's role and Aerith's death from the original. I don't think they do it, but something like that they could do it. And even if they did do a like for like of the original, visually it would be a masterpiece. The meteor coming down would be like the meteor in FF13 or Cocoon coming down, and look how visually stunning that looked. Then combine on what the visuals of the live stream and Holy would look like. Oh my goodness, it will be truly breathtaking no matter what way they go about it. So there it is, guys, 5 of the scenes I want to see. What scene are you most flabbergasted that I missed off the list? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you like this video and you are climbing aboard the hype train as of today, hit the like button. I mean, I've already been on it since 2015, and by all means feel free to let me know if you want to see even more remake videos on this channel. But until the next video,
Get out!